Howdy y'all, Texas Spartan here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. So I know the first one that I recorded and uploaded didn't have my commentary on it. I honestly wanted to see how well it did. And actually it did fairly well. So I wanted to continue putting some more Elite Dangerous up. So if you do enjoy the video, go ahead and hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already, if you want to see more of this or more Warzone. Or anything else that I post up. And make sure you hit that bell notification icon. That way you get notified every time I upload. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get some more conflict zones going. But we had to go to a different system. So now, we're going to launch and we're going to do some jumps over. But I do want to go over a couple things because I know some people haven't seen this game or heard of this game yet. And I want to explain a little bit about what it is. So this game is a space simulation, and you can go bounty hunting, like what I do. You can also be a pirate, and I love this music. Sorry, I got sidetracked. You can be a trader. You can buy goods from one station, haul it across maybe, 50 light years to another station and sell it for goods. They also have where you can mine resources. They have gold. They also have low temperature diamonds, that kind of stuff. Low temperature diamonds are really what's really big right now, at least. So, but, you know, you can do anything. Yeah, scan me. Go ahead. I ain't got nothing. But you can really do anything you really want, for the most part. And I know early next year they're going to have what they call space legs, where you can actually get out of your vehicle, or your ship, and go walking on the light atmospheric planets, like a light atmosphere, not like Earth or Jupiter or Saturn, nothing like that. At least not yet. So they do have the DLC, the Horizons, where you get in a little SRV where it's like a little buggy that you can take on to moons that you can actually land on that have no atmosphere. And with that, it gets pretty interesting. I got that and I tried to land and I accidentally shot and they were like, you got a freaking bounty. So you got to be careful. But also you got to worry about your fuel. If you look down to the bottom right, the little blue part that you see with the bars, that's how much it's going to cost to jump from where I'm at in this system to the Crancat system that I'm about to go to. I'm trying to get to that Nanobozo where we were before.
Drive charging.
Hop on over to this one. It'll take a couple of jumps just because I'm in more of a fighter style ship than anything.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, also, they do have this one group called the Fuel Rats, and these are wonderful people. If you are stranded with no chance of fuel or anything like that, they do have like a little website that you can go to. You'll message them, and they'll actually have somebody come by, and it's free of charge. They'll come by and they'll send you some fuel. Make sure you have enough to get to a space station so that you can fuel up. So there's a lot of good people in this game. Now you gotta watch out for, of course, the gankers and all of that, the griefers and all that. But most people are pretty nice. So I think we have 2 more jumps. Yeah, we have 2 more jumps and we get to where we were in the system-wise. But yeah, I really love this game. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, my wife does not like this game at all. Engage. But Yeah, right now, I know on the Xbox store, the base game as well as the Horizons DLC is on sale. So if you are on Xbox as of, I think it's the 13th right now, be sure to check it out. It's well worth the cost, at least I think so. It does take a little bit of a learning curve to get there, but they do have a tutorial
Frameshift
and whatnot
drive
to help you
charging.
out. And you can actually, well, I'll show you whenever I get into the conflict zone, but you can actually target certain parts of the ship. So once you get their shields down, as long as you have like a gimbaled weapon, which is a tracking, it automatically tracks your target. As long as you can track onto it and shoot it, it'll actually disable it. So you usually want to target their power plant. Oh Lord Jesus. Yeah, let's go ahead. Hit this. Oh shoot. That's not what I want. See, and then we also just recently got the fleet carriers. So these are just massive ships that kind of act as a mobile space station. It's a player-owned space station. So go here, a fleet carrier, check the system map. Commander Magic Monkey is the owner. But you can buy anything depending on what services they have in. There's a couple of other YouTubers that do have more in-depth guides on the actual fleet carriers, like Obsidian Ant and Yamix and a couple others. So feel free to check them out if you want to know more on that. Now they cost about a couple $1 billion credits in the game. And as of right now, I believe, well, I have a little more than 2 million, but I'm not getting a fleet carrier, so okay. But it's some people might like it. A lot of people say they like No Man's Sky a lot better. That's more of a cartoony, I guess, survival more than anything. Here you have to manage. If you look next to where the fuel is, you'll see the SYS, ENG, WEP. Of course, the ENG is the engines, WEP is the weapons, and SYS is the systems. That's more of, here, pop this on, so don't shoot. There we go. So the systems is really what controls your shield. So the more little dots that you have under the bars, that's how much power you have going towards that certain module. So I have the most to my engines, so I have more power to my engines, so I can go faster. I have 2 on my weapons, so whenever I'm firing, mainly the thermal weapons, like the lasers and whatnot, they'll drain that pretty quick. But like I also have a, I can't even think of the freaking word that they call it. Shoot. Multi-cannon. It's like a minigun. And then you have all of your modules here, and you can actually set on the far right the priority of the power. So the most power I have priority are the thrusters, the auto field maintenance unit, which I totally forgot I had on here, and then my weapons as well. For some reason my burst laser is on 3rd priority. There we go. Put that to 2. Get pretty close. A lot of people don't actually like to use the Super Cruise Assist. Right here, you'll actually see the distance and the speed. As long as you try and keep them matched up as pretty equal, you'll be alright. Usually it'll keep it at the 7 seconds under the megameters. They're obviously quickly going down. 7 or 6 seconds, and then you'll be able to safely drop out of. There you go. So you press Y to engage. Engage. Disengage. And once you get about 7.5 kilometers out, 7.5, you can come over here and request docking from the actual station. And I also have the auto dock as well, just to make it easy. Because my 6-year-old likes to bother me about Sonic the Hedgehog, and I can just set it down real quick and help him with. Which, if you ever have a 6-year-old son, please do not show him Sonic the Hedgehog. But it's an interesting game. And then you also, since it's doing this, you do have your fire groups, so you can switch. You have the primary fire right here for my 2 weapons, and then I have my Killborn scanner. That's so I can scan the targets to see if they have bounties, not just in this system, the star system, but in another one. And then obviously this one, I have my chaff launcher, so if there's any tracking weapons that they have, it'll break that tracking. The frame shift drive interdictor. That is where, I guess I'll call it hyperspace. You're going in hyperspace. I can pull people out of that and scan them, especially if they have a wanted status. Then I have my scanners, my regular scanners that I don't usually use. Here you do have your ship options that you can mess around with if you really want. Here's your stats, letting you know about your ship and whatnot. This, inventory-wise, this is more of if you're going to be a trader or a miner, or unless you are picking up certain things that are required for a quest. And then here's your status. So in this system, we have the EG Union, the Nanabozo, Transport Holdings, and whatnot. And there's a couple other ones in here. So the one that I've mainly been working for is the Transport Holdings for Nanabozo. I always have fun saying that. Here is the local power presence. So you've got Zemina Torval as the local person that's over here. Then you've got the superpowers down below her. Catch your breath, darling. You've got my reputation with the Federation as well as the rank with the Federation Navy, Federal Navy. So this is your session. Here's your finances. Now, the rebuy cost. This is the best thing that you'll hear from anybody. Never fly without rebuy. So if you get blown up, you can go back to the station that you were last at, but you're going to have to pay for that rebuy cost. So if you don't have that much, and then you're going to get a loan for whatever the difference is, and then as you continue getting money, they'll take a percentage of that. So just be careful. And this is permits. So a certain rank, I know on the Federation, you get the Sol system permit where you can actually go to our solar system and visit Earth and all of our planets and all that. I told my wife, I said, I want to go to Pluto and land on Pluto, since to my knowledge that doesn't have any atmosphere. Yes. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, and I know it's all jibber jabber, but I just wanted to give a quick overview of the game. Now also, your cockpit, the glass that we're looking through now, can be broken. So depending on your life support systems that you have equipped on your ship will it'll determine how much actual oxygen supply you have. I have about maybe 7 or 8 minutes worth of oxygen. And there's a couple times where I've made it with a minute left, and then I would suffocate. So you don't want that. And then in the transactions, this is where you'll have your bounties, your missions, your fines as well. If you end up being a pirate, you'll see your stuff there. And I actually don't. Oh shoot. We only have resource extraction sites. I'm not going to hazardous. I am not looking for a death potion. Okay, well we're gonna go for this one. Alright, so this is a high intensity resource extraction site. So this is more of the more difficult NPCs that'll show up. Sometimes there's players, but usually in this system, a lot of players are in here. That's one other reason why I try to pick here. Try and bounty hunt,
Drive charging.
save up some credits and stuff like that to get
4,
bigger and better
3,
ships.
2,
So.
1. Engage.
Engage. Like Tadalay. Alright, here we go. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Here we go. So I'm not going to use the auto assist on this one. I'm trying to keep it as tied in as possible. Man, I'm a little upset they don't have the conflict zones in this one. I was looking forward to doing a bunch of damage in those. There we go. And away we go. And what's also nice is here on the Xbox you can click in your right thumbstick and you can look around and just look at the planet. I mean, sometimes this game just shocks me. Here we go. Ooh, very illegal. Oh, the scan will soon be over. Is that so? Mr. Cobra. Oh, you're behind me. Andrew McDonald. Andrew McSplatty Splat. Scan him real quick. Kill one scanner. Try and get some more bounties. And sure, damn. There we go. And so the multi-cannon does the physical damage, and the laser obviously does the thermal. And thermal you want to use to take out the ships. You can also ring people to do quite a bit of damage. Sometimes you'll actually get the system authorities to come into it. Oh, that's good. The shields are almost out, so. And the best thing you want to do is you want to try to stay behind them as much as possible. Shit. That way they can't actually fire at you. Now sometimes, depending on the situation, I don't know what I just said. Oh, I said that one. She's over here. Threw me off for a second. I have my headset on. I couldn't to attack. Oh man. That would have been. Now the vulture's pretty quick, but the Viper more.
Taking damage. Shields offline.
There's also other ones. Like there's Robin. Does thermal as well as damage. Okay, I got my point defense, so that's also what's taking out these missiles.
Target shields online.
Man, what are the authorities doing? They're not.
Target shields offline.
fun whenever you start getting really close like that, but when I get further away like this, it's kind of difficult. Come on.
Taking internal damage. Canopy integrity.
Heard that cracking. Shit. System authorities are helping with that. Don't hit those. Say the system authorities. Hey, yes, you are. I can guarantee that. Shit. There we go. He is done for. Later.
Target destroyed.
On the top right, 55,440. Oh, man. Ooh, there's some anacondas. So the green arrow, the green triangles that you see down there, circle up. There's some serious crap going on over here. They're not close enough to scan him yet, but he is wanted, so we're gonna do some. Oh yeah. Since we did some damage right before he died. Yeah. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Here's another anaconda, which is probably wanted. And yep, there he goes. Now make sure, before you start firing at them on that left, make sure you've already scanned them and it does say wanted on there. Oh, come on. Let's speed up. There's this guy. Usually the bigger the ships, the more down. There you go, 128 grand. Wow, just like that. This guy. Now, there's a big old group that you'll see called Torvald Shield. Man, we're getting a bit of more stuff going on. These are the ones that are quick. But once you actually get through their shield, they're pretty quick. Take out their hulls usually. But they're quick. As you can tell. Look at all that. Look, he's already down to 35%. Come on, multi-cannon. We just melted. 98,000. Just like that. Whoa. So there are NPCs. Oh no, wait, that is a... See Torvald's shield. Off to on the left. So those are the good guys. I've had them help me. This is a Type 9 heavy, so he is usually, yeah, just a hauler. Let's see if there's anybody else to keep. Holy moly, what's going on here? It's a Diamondback Scout. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. There we go. Let's go. If anybody knows Rockadoodle, Annihilation! Abomination! They don't make movies like that anymore, unfortunately. And bam, 38 grand. Just like that. Probably talking about that movie. I probably just didn't mention the second. But that's okay. Let's see what this guy is. Here. This guy. Oh, it's Torvald's shield. And this is a Cobra. Mark 3. And, oh, he is wanted, and we're going to start.
Target shields offline.
Just about shave my beard off. Oh.
Warning. Enemies attack. Trajectory disruption.
He is
Target
gone.
destroyed.
Is this the toy wall shield, dude? Yeah. There's another one of these system properties. Oh, that's the toy one. Alright then. Let's slow down. Let's see how much we got. Holy moly, there you go. Now this one, we have to go to another place to redeem that bounty, so I'm not really worried about that one. So it looks like we've got about $500,000 right here that we can turn in. So let's go ahead and hop back over to the space station. And right over there. All power to engines and go.
Frameshift drive
No.
charging.
That's fine. It just takes longer.
4, 3, 2,
2, 1. So also you'll see under the fuel on to the bottom right, you'll see mass locked. So if you're around a planet or like the rings, for an example, or station, it'll be highlighted. That means you cannot go and use your frameshift drive. I know, chill. Actually, I'm going too slow. But that means you can't do that until you get far enough away to where the it'll go get orange like it is now, and you'll be able to hop out just like I did. Now, just be careful when you do start doing this and you don't have the Super Cruise auto assist. You can overshoot this stuff, and sometimes there's people that crash into the actual space stations. So please be very careful when you try to do this without the assist. I literally, one time, I was going way too fast, and I literally went straight through the actual space station. And it was one of the, it was bigger and longer than this one. Probably the one that was in the first system I was in. And show blew me. So request dock. There we go. Now, as you can see, you can switch. See, there's my interdictor, my chaff, my scanners, and then my weapons. So you can set it up how you want it. That's what I love about this game, is you can play it how you want it, set up your ship how you want it. Now with the Horizons DLC, they also have what they call engineers, and what they can do is augment your gear that you put on your ship. And a lot of times, a lot of people will take their lasers and they'll overcharge them. There's also, for the multi-cannon, you can do incendiary rounds, which will help take out the shields a lot faster and still do that kinetic damage to the ship. So it all depends. So we're going to refuel the path. Stock our ammo. Go down to here. That's the hangar bay we're going in. So I really hope everybody enjoys this video. If you do want to see more, I know the viewer that I have on Twitch right now, I really appreciate you watching. Anybody on YouTube, if you do want to see more, let me know. I'll try to find some more conflict zones and try to do that more. Let's go ahead and turn in these. Yeah, the comment section, just let me know. I can also do other ships, depending on the price-wise. Now you're going to go to contacts if you have any bounties. Now the authority contact is the one that you want. Now if you're going into the conflict zones, the combat bond contact is the one that you're going to want to do. And let's see, this is where you also pay your fines. Here we can redeem 503,000 of everything. Confirm. Shabam. We just got $500,000 just doing that, or credits. But that's it for me. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take it easy. Texas Spartan out.